Ole Miss got a big win over the Memphis Tigers earlier this week. The Tad Pad farewell is coming up. It's a good time for us to talk to our resident basketball player, Tim Thomas, and find out exactly what's going on.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Willis, a 10-year veteran member of the national media and a former Ole Miss staff member. We're going to bring in Tim Thomas, a former player, self-proclaimed here. I like to think of him as a legend because he played way back in the Bob Weltlich days going on. But we're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network in America. Thank you for that, and thank you for making Locked On Ole Miss your first listen every day. And please give us a like, subscribe, and comment on your way out. Check out a second listen on the network. Nearly every team, college and pro, is available. And Tim, one thing's interesting. Ilias Kamardine, he kind of announced his presence with authority.
Yeah, he did. I think you said it in your podcast or one of your interviews, the French connection. They're very good together. Jifa, I think you say his name. I looked it up. And Kamardine are very good, both from France, I understand. And they work very well together. And Kamardine is the real deal. I enjoy watching him play. He's a pro. He's 22. He's played pro several years over, I think they call it club ball. But he's seasoned. And I heard someone talk about it that this is easy for him over here. It was a lot harder over there. I've heard it both ways, but I like to go with that.
Yeah, even Penny Hardaway after the game when he interviewed, he was like he could not get rattled. This was not too fast for him. You could not speed him up. And Kamardine just basically, like I said, it was having his way in that game. He wasn't the only one that did it. We're going to talk about Travis Perry because good for him. He needed to see a ball go through the hoop. But him and Jifa, that's an impressive backcourt combination when you add AJ Storr, who quietly had double figures in that game as well. That's as good of a backcourt as Ole Miss has had recently.
Yeah, it was good to see Storr. He was a little quiet. Him and I think it's going to be like last year, and I think it's the way Beard likes it. He likes like 4, maybe to 5 people to have double figures. He likes to spread the wealth around. He likes to make sure no one gets all the touches. And Kamardine kind of showed out for a while. He kind of had to because we were struggling a little bit. We was kind of not getting things going. Their press didn't bother us turnover-wise, but it bothered us getting into our offense. And that sometimes when you just press to take up some seconds. And then when you finally get across, you got to hurry up and get a shot off. And we were doing some of that, but we finally came through. Kamardine, like you said, he settled us down. He is a true pro guy. Like I said, I love watching him. I love watching him play. The one move where he came down and act like he was fixing to shoot a 3, and he drove by that guy. And he was going to dunk it. There was another guy in front of him. I guess he's afraid he'd fall on him or step on him. So that would have been awesome to see. But he's a great player. Joel watched him. And like I said last week, the way he goes, we go. So, but I think him and Jeff, I was really proud to see him come through. He had 15 points, and he really takes the hole, gets fouled a lot. The French connection, as we call it, they're going to need to start hitting their free throws, though.
Yeah.
They missed 9 between them. So we need to tell them that we hit free throws over here in America. But they'll do good. They'll come through. They'll be good for us.
Yeah, that would have been a 30-point night if Kamardine would have hit his free throws in that game. But the thing that I was impressed with in that basketball game was the emergence of, in the short period of time that he played, Travis Perry finally hit a 3-point shot, and then he hit another 3-point shot. It was literally one of those things that he just needed to see a ball go through the hoop. He was able to do that against the Memphis Tigers. And that was a physical Memphis team defensively. Man, they got out. They were in your shirt, essentially trying to guard you. But Perry was able to get out there, hit the 3-point shot that kind of gave Ole Miss separation going into halftime. I'm pretty pleased with what I saw, especially on the backcourt. Now, the front court, I still have some questions. They might be better, but, when nights that D is quiet like he was against Memphis, who is the post player that the other team has to pay attention to?
That's probably yet to be seen.
Mm.
Scott really not a scorer. He's mainly you lob it up and he flushes. He's not really good from maybe 2 or 3 feet out. You go much further, and I don't think he feels comfortable. Chess is not a great scorer either. He's working on it. He's bringing the ball down some, dishes some off. If he ever gets a straight shot to the rim, he's gonna light the old pavilion up because he can really get up and jump like we've talked about. Uh, Gusta Cassia, he plays really well, comes in, but he's not a super scorer. He shot a three. I thought it was going to go down. It didn't. So it's yet to be seen. Dia struggled a little bit, but he came through. But uh, Store had struggled a little bit, but he hung in there. Like we said, we're looking for that 4 to 5 people scoring double figures. No matter who it is, from one game to the next. This next game, it could be someone else. I hope it's Travis Perry. Like you said, very proud of him. He fought through this 0 for 12, I believe it was, and he's a good kid. You can tell he works hard. He made a few defensive plays, and he goes to the hole. He's doing his part. He wants to be an all-around player, not just a shooter. But for right now, we need that, but we also need him to shoot, and he came through with a couple the other night.
Yeah, and one thing that I was surprised about in that game is, I don't know about surprised is the right word, impressed with, I'll say impressed with, the emergence of Patton Peekins as a true freshman. He got like 15, 16 minutes of playing time, had some points in the game, and showed honestly that he belonged in that environment.
Yeah, it's Al Pinkett's son, of course, the assistant coach, and he could really score. I watched him in the practice I went to a couple of weeks ago, and I watched him, particularly watched him, his shot, a beautiful shot. He comes up to the ball well, gets his feet planted, gets it squared, and beautiful follow through. Looks really good, and he hustles. He gets in there for loose balls. He rebounds some. He had a putback. He hustled. So he's going to be a player in this program. Right now, he's just kind of filling in, but he's going to get some big minutes for us on down the stretch.
All right, so when we come back, we will talk to Tim Thomas, former player, about the Tad Pad finale game against Cal State Bakersfield on Friday. We'll talk a little bit about that whenever we come back. But first, I do want to let you know, the NBA is back. There's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It helps keep every game exciting, especially when your team is making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when that first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com and sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right. Do us a favor and like, subscribe, and comment to the video. Subscribe to the podcast on whichever audio podcast you're listening to right now and give it a 5-star review. It costs absolutely nothing, but helps keep all of this free. Locked On is getting ready to change the game yet again, all in the name of having fun following your team. It's coming in December. I got the early launch of the Everydayers Club Discord server where any MLB team, any NHL, any NFL, any college team, conference specific, there's news things. It is a really cool Discord, and that is coming up when the Everydayers Club launches on December 8th. It is awesome. And thank you for making Locked On Ole Miss your first listen of the day. And thank you for making it the #1 sports podcast network in America. Locked On is really rolling. All right. So, Tim, one thing's interesting. The old lady, she's going away. There's one more game. There's a sense of finality. And honestly, everybody thought there was a sense of finality when they moved into the pavilion, but then Ole Miss started playing games back in the Tad Pad, and the real sense of finality is coming up. And honestly, I don't know that they'll do it, but I think they need to blow this out a little bit since it is the final game. You need to do the streamers around the scoreboards. You need to do all of that stuff that they did when Rob Evans was the coach in 1997. That needs to be the goal because this is really ending now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all they're going to do. Me and my wife and a fellow teammate back in the old days, Lane Shoup from Ohio, he's coming down. We're going to ride up together. Uh, all we know is the M Club kind of sponsors this game. Is separate than the ticket office. A little different the way they do it. This is the last one, as you said. What did you call it? The spaceship with a chimney.
Yes.
That's I saw that many times, and we talked about the old blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of blood. We did a loose ball drill a lot, and that's a lot of blood. If you didn't have blood, you had to go again. So that's a sad story. I don't want to get in too far, but it should be a good game. I don't know how they're going to celebrate it. Hopefully they do it well and do it right. And I sent one guy a picture the other day, and hopefully they can put it in some of the memories back in the day of some of the one. I had a couple dunks I talked about, so I thought that'd be cool. But we're going to play the old Cal State Bakersfield Road Runners. You know
Yes.
about them, right? I assume it's in Bakersfield, California. Never been there. But Rod Barnes, very good coach, big good player back in the day. And he just resigned recently. One of the assistant coaches got into something, and I'll let you Google it if anybody out there wants to Google it. I don't want to go into it. I'd get mad if I did. But he resigned. They got a new guy come in, Mike Scott, I believe. Don't know much about him. They played 2 games, Whittier, wherever that is, and Western Illinois. I figure it's in Western Illinois. They won those games. They got beat by Cal. So they're 2-1 coming to Oxford, Mississippi, and we'll see what they got. I think we'll handle them nicely. We can't take them for granted, but I believe we'll do well. I like Barnes. I enjoy watching him play. I enjoyed watching him coach. He done a good job at Ole Miss. Looking forward to the Tad Pad game this Friday night at 6:30.
Yeah, and honestly, if we're going to be real about it, and we try to be real on this show as much as we can, it's kind of fitting that it's the Tad Pad is saying goodbye to Rod Barnes in his last game. Because before last season, when Ole Miss went to the Sweet 16, the previous one's Rod Barnes, and he did that. He elevated the Ole Miss basketball team to heights that it's never done before. And honoring him in that last game is just poetic. It makes sense.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He was a great player, as you said. He played well. He made a difference. So we had some great players. I forgot to mention Ansu Cisse last week. We were talking about some of the great players that Ole Miss has had, and let's not forget some of the players that's played there from other places like Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal played there, and also Pistol Pete that we mentioned a few times ago that reminded me a little bit of Kamardine. But great players have played there. We talked about Johnny Newman. We talked about the John Strouds, Elson Turner, Carlos Clark, some of the other guys. That's when I played those guys. A lot of NBA Hall of Famers back in when I played 78 through 82. Great set of, back in the day, Michael Jordan, he didn't play there at Ole Miss, but he was playing, and Magic Johnson was playing. A lot of those guys that the Bird was playing. We didn't play them, but that was a great 4 or 5 years there that I played within. A lot of great players, a lot of NBA Hall of Famers. It was good to know. Great memories from the old girl, the old lady as you call her. I enjoyed practicing there. We had a good 4 years. We went to NIT a couple of years. And the one year in '81, we won the SEC tournament in Birmingham, beat Georgia. Dominique Wilkins, we beat them, and we made it to the first round, got beat by Kansas at Wichita State.
All right, so when we come back, we are going to talk with Tim about a few big picture type issues of what can this basketball team be moving forward. We'll talk about that in just a second, so stick around. But first, I do want to let you know, when the opening whistle blows on a new repair, get your crew moving forward with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting projects, while their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. You need parts for a project and you need it the next day, no problem. Supply House can do that. They have next day delivery. It's a complete game changer. The Part Finder tools and 3D schematics can save you hours on jobs where every detail matters. And their Trademaster perks like priority shipping and dedicated support make the whole process smoother. So visit supplyhouse.com and sign up for free and use the promo code SHCollege5. That is all one word, SHCollege5, for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. All right, Tim, watching the game and watching this team play, and the first thing that you go to is what the ceiling of the team could be. To me, it looks like more of a well-rounded team than Ole Miss had a year ago that made the Sweet 16. But how far can this basketball team go if everything clicks?
As we both are, we're homers. So I'm going to look at the positive side, and I look at the coach first of all. As we've talked about many times, Coach Beard is awesome. He's really good. He knows what he's doing. He control of everything. He is on top of every single thing that goes on in the basketball program. Everything. I'm talking about every detail, every person, everything they do, everything they send out. He is on top of this. So that's the first thing. He's one of the best coaches, I think, top 5 in the nation. That's my opinion. I'll stick to it. I really believe in him. I feel him and his set of coaches very impressive. So great set of players here, right? Athletic, much more athletic than last year. We have rebounders. We really didn't have one. He tried to put, Dia in there, and he just didn't ever 4 or 5 rebounds. He had one great rebounding game against Alabama. But you got Scott, you got Chess, you got Cassio, and you got Dia, 4 great rebounders. So I think they end up rebounding one more than we did Memphis. But I think we keep it around there, just a few up above them, somewhere in that area. And we got a good outside shooting. That's what I was worried about. I didn't see good proven outside shooting by looking at the stats of these players. I knew Storr could play, but would he? I knew Dia could play, but would he? Would he step up like a Beard wants to? And Perry, wasn't sure about Jifa, wasn't sure about him, wasn't sure about Pincus, didn't know as a freshman how we do, but we got it. The guys play together well. Memphis, what kind of team they are, I think they're very good. They'll win their conference. They'll be in the dance, no doubt. Penny Hardaway, he'll figure it out. He's a great coach, great player back in the day. So they'll be there. So we got a chance here with this Bakersfield team to see how it is. And we got Austin Peay, and then we're going to see what we got against Iowa in that tournament in Palm Springs, and then the winner of the Utah Grand Canyon game. Then we'll see what we got, and I think that's going to be on Peacock Channel. That tournament in California.
Yes, that's streaming. So, if you have a Roku or an Amazon Fire, be sure and get the Peacock app. If you don't have it, that's basically the NBC version of streaming service.
If it's not that, it's the other. And I looked at both of them. I looked at the St. John's. It's either Peacock or it's the CBS Sports Network. It's one of those two. So you check that out.
All right, we'll see exactly how that goes. But, Tom, what do you got going on this weekend? I know that Ole Miss has a big football game outside of that. Are you going to the game?
Oh, no. We like to watch it on the old tube. I enjoy watching. I like it in the old recliner. But we are going to the game. We didn't get any advance hotel rooms. We're going up. It's just like 2.5 hours away from Decatur, Alabama, where I live. So we're going up early Friday and then coming back afterwards. It'll be a good ride to get to spend time with my friend Lane, and it'll just be a great time. I really think this team's going to be good. You look at the other teams in SEC. Alabama's good. They put 100 on St. John's the other day, but I think St. John's had like 98 and high 90. So their defensive woe is follow them. Florida got beat by Arizona. They barely beat Florida State the other day. They don't have a Walter Clayton this year, so Florida's limited to what they can do this year. But Kentucky's good. Arkansas's tout. They all got big name players, probably 8 to 10 players, 4 stars, 5 stars. Tennessee's good. They got one of the best freshmen in the nation at Nate Ament. He's very, very good. So that's going to be, I think we're in the top 5 or 6. That's what I'm putting us right now. Some other people probably got us further on. I think Lenardi has us at maybe 9th or 10th in the NCAA predicted. So we're up there high. Rothstein has us picked pretty good, and Andy Katz has us picked up in the 2030. So we're there. We got to show out. We got to do good against these last few games. Then we got to go down to the Palm Spring tournament. If we do well there, then we'll start. If we get over undefeated, we'll be in the top 25, no doubt.
All right. Thank you very much for stopping by, Tim, and safe travels heading over to Oxford tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy. Tim Thomas, former Ole Miss basketball player. Thank you for making Ole Miss your go-to source for Locked On Ole Miss, your go-to source for Ole Miss sports. We pride ourselves in offering the most comprehensive perspectives, which is why we're the front door of Ole Miss. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the show, and it's absolutely free. Your support means the world to us. In another big moment for Locked On, college football fans, Locked On and Fire TV are presenting College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation alongside two-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson and former college star Jesse Holley, as well as Locked On's local experts. A college football preview that only Locked On can do. Catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. Hotty toddy, everybody. And remember, analytics is just the old English word that means bad football. We'll see you later.